the books, can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Thursday, June the 12th. Get ready for a great sports betting weekend, and we're already underway at Oakmont. I usually get a board that, maybe get a few surprise names, maybe a few not right now. We got, a good leaderboard here right now, experienced leaderboard currently here at the U.S. Open. As we've just gotten underway here, we're on the first few holes, so there's still plenty of time to get involved if you haven't already with the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Classic venue here, revamped, but still classic with great tournaments throughout the years, and we might have another one here. It just feels like we're gonna just the way this is shaping up, gonna be a spectacular weekend of golf. Let's take a look right now. JJ Spawn, can he keep this up right now, what he's been doing here this season? And he's off to another great start here, 3 under right now with a 1-stroke lead over Rory, over Gary Woodland, over Siwoo. Luke Bigelberg is up there at 1 under. Brian Harmon, Wyndham Clark, lots of familiar names atop the leaderboard at the U.S. Open. And you can still kind of pick and choose here. Look, Scotty's a favorite. We all know that. But, man, can you really get involved with plus 275 on Scotty here? They said over the last 40 years, there have been 25 times that the favorite at the U.S. Open has been plus 275 or less. 24 of the times it was Tiger, and the other time it was Scotty this year. So, can it be that maybe another name could pop up? Look, the thing you can do here with some of this, look, if you're willing to, fade Scotty or even some of the other times, is there's lots of great players along the leaderboard. Sometimes the U.S. Open is about a great player that has never made the big. Look at Wyndham Clark, right? He's won tournaments and he's won the U.S. Open, and the live guys too. Don't forget, hey, live golfers, or at least the ones that are on the tour now, have won at the U.S. Open. So. Hopefully you guys are riding a little bit. I could pop up offers here. I put a little graphic in here anyway of the ones that I sent out before the tournament. This morning is my plays. I like to play, to win, top 5s, top 10, top 20s, and then the other groupings as well. But it's more of a guideline. I'm not saying play all of these for the not a great job here. I've covered myself up, but I've got Schauffele as my top pick there at 18 to 1. Not a perfect graphic here, but just wanted to show it here a little bit. Cantlay 38 to 1. Brooks Koepka 50 to 1. There's Keegan Bradley 75 to 1. Minwoo Lee 100 to 1. There's Wyndham Clark. I've got him up there 125 to 1. Again, you can play top 5s, top 10s. You guys know. You guys are experienced bettors that I deal with, so you know what to do. I got even down here with Tom Kim at 185 to 1, and Grazerman at 250 to 1. You know, I mean, that's a play where, hey, I mean, I'm not putting a big bet on Grazerman to win, but am I putting a few dollars on him? Yeah. Am I betting him in some other top 40s, top 20s with a 250 to 1 shot? Yeah. Same with Kim. But you see there, I've kind of avoided those big names, actually. No Scotty for me. No John Rahm. No Bryson DeChambeau. I like guys. I'm going to look to see what the live guys do. But this was my pre-flop card there. I'm just going to take it off there, covered myself up there a little bit. But my picks were over there at winnable.com under my free subscription. So I'll show you about that in just a minute. If you're not familiar with it. All of you are, but could have some new viewers here. Want to say hello to everyone in the chat off of last night's exciting game. Certainly, if you're a Pacer fan or a Pacer bettor, like I was last night with my premium over there at Tony's Picks. I had the Indiana Pacers plus the points. Hey, on the show here, on my appearances, yeah, I went with the over. And hey, on Oklahoma City, I mean, they're the one that wanted to play the up-tempo fast game with the Pacers in the first half. And hey, when things went cold for the Thunder, they didn't have enough left in the tank there at the end. So Pacers take the lead 2-1, and now have a real commanding lead in this series. Now that could all change with the next game if the Thunder can do it. We've already seen the line, right, come out already, and just like last time, right, they kind of maybe even increase the line a little bit. Oklahoma City favored by 6, total 225.5, 226 for game number 4. Pacers use, a real strong defensive effort in the second half to wipe out that 9-point lead that the Thunder had. Mathurin, 27 points off the bench, tied for the third best performance by a player in the NBA Finals. Only guys that have more points off the bench in an NBA Finals game was downtown Freddie Brown, if you're as old as I am, from those Sonics teams of this, and then Sam Cassell. You guys remember Sam Cassell, ET. There, and he also, I think, he had 33. I think he had 30, and some other guys have had 27. Mathurin, the Canadian, make no mistake, with a elite game there. Halliburton, 22 points, 19 turnovers for OKC. What happened? Jalen Williams, just 22 points there. Holmgren, pretty good game. He really showed, where he comes from. But just not enough there for the Thunder. So how'd it go for you guys? Look at the chat and see the reactions of the folks. Hopefully you caught me last night. I know I'm making a little bit of appearances this month on another channel, just filling in for some guys, some longtime friends over there. One's getting married. They've got some vacation. So I'm appearing right now this week. Great show last night by the guys. I went and watched it. I couldn't watch it all of it, but just waited I looked through the key moments of the game around the time of the key moments of the game, watched the guys last night here on the Sports Money Network with razor sharp picks, with Mikey, of course, with Keith each and every stride. Oh, yeah, and did we have Gorky? Yeah, we did. Gorky, thank you very much, Gorky, for, I'm not saying filling in for me, but Gorky did a great job. Of course, I think if we have anyone there, but Gorky and I, we love the same sports. So thank you, Gorky, and great job last night. I'm on the Nuke the House channel again tonight for the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, and same thing for the next 2 weeks, Wednesdays and Thursdays. I'll be on that channel here. I'll be here, of course, on our Sports Money Network every day with our show, and of course on the UFC show on Saturdays. So hopefully you won't get too sick of me anyways. All right. Hello, chat. Hello, stars. Let's say hello to back in here. Andrew K. Cash Kane is here. And me too. I had, my guy, I thought I had a pretty good play yesterday as I with the Cubs catcher Kelly, and he had a couple of hits, but they couldn't get one in, even though the Cubs had an okay game run wise. I thought I had a pretty sneaky play at 175. Couldn't get Sancho. Hello. He's ready to go. Blue. Lotto dee dotto die. Hey everyone, like this video. Like Nuke Worker. Subscribe to our channel Sports Money here on YouTube. Also, here's wine time in the chat. Thank you. Sancho says Scotty ain't winning. It's a look. I guess if you could say that about any golfer, right, Sancho? I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to say I'm on to be on a fade train. I think for me, it's just look. There were times I had Scotty a couple weeks ago at some cheapo price like this. That was the time I thought, in the field he was motivated, right, to get a good win. Remember, he hadn't really won this year because I still say because of this hand injury, didn't perform as well in the first part of the year. But and I think for me, just in a U.S. Open, I'm not willing to go with that price, especially now where I don't know. You're probably get some other chances at Scotty. We'll see how he goes today, but we've seen Bryson there at even par. Blue has 4 golfers going, I think is what he means here. I go 8. Depending on how deep the field is, right? I went 8 this week. We're in the U.S. Open. We know we got a massive field here. Nick Handy, hello. Gorky, he had the Pacers on the money line. He's going to take them again. Why wouldn't you, right? This team getting points at home. 0-8 now for Oklahoma City. Be tough enough to win the game. Brian Harmon. I mean, I looked at Brian Harmon. He's 1 under here currently. And Nuke said, we said the Pacers. We said the Jays, right? And Andrew G says, got to check that leaderboard. Corky says, Sam
Final
was a heck of a player for those Rockets teams, right? Good morning, Bird. I like saying T-Bird. Hope Thomas doesn't mind that. But, hey, remember, anybody with me? Anybody an old roller derby fan? I'd be right. I don't look. I still pay attention to wrestling. I'll even bet it over there at Bet Online. I'll put a few bucks down on my speculations on Ripped. I know wrestling's not real, but I'll try to read the minds of the script writers and try to figure out. But roller derby, I loved roller derby. I love the LA T-Birds, right? Frankie Valadares, Minnie, right? The great LA T-Birds. You got to call off the jam. You got to call off the jam when you're not feeling it. Old E and Flea Mathis as well. I know you guys are probably fans of Kansas City or New York or Detroit and the roller derby. Remember Georgia? She was always the general. She was the general manager of the rival team. I think she actually then was with the T-Bird. I remember. I'm trying to remember that. Trevor says, "Did you have Zuzu Bergs today in tennis?" No. What you know? What I have? I've got Poppy. And right now, Bergs is taking. I took Poppy minus 1.5 games. That looks almost impossible unless it goes to a third set. Even though that's the danger sometimes of playing the game spread. But another one I did just have, unfortunately, no winner here. But I just did see that. Lahal was edged over Hurkacz via walkover. I knew Hurkacz was we saw him kind of break down a little bit in the last couple weeks, so I thought Lahal was going to be a pretty good play again, plus money, but he advances via walkover. I think that just came in here to the High Speed Sports Wire. And Borges also, right? Didn't they just say, is that Borges also is getting a win in his match against yeah, okay, I see that now. That one was earlier though. Okay. Yeah, we had some tennis picks today. Did pretty well here on these tennis picks. I already scored with Engel. I scored with FAA already. I scored with Hugo Humbert already this morning as well. I scored with Ruse over Brandstein. Got that covered despite a little bit of a trailing there in the second early. So a lot of winners here. I had Mertens. I had a great tennis card this morning. It's not over. Here, why don't I'm so hot on it. I'll just say I got Watson. Well, this one feels a little bit like the tougher one here, but I did take Watson plus 5.5 games over Rabakina.
Critical notice.
So I might as well keep it going. I'll just call it out here on the show, but you can go over to winnable.com and get plays from me. Today or tomorrow. I'm looking good on the grass courts here all of a sudden. Also brought on winner already this morning at Tony's Picks on the grass courts today, where I had Elio Pelka over Nick Lachari there with a winner, a slight favorite in that one to bring home a premium winner over there this morning. So check me out over at winnable.com. Man, this card was good. I almost want to show the card to prove it to you guys here right now, because I don't want to say we've had some. The clay court was going well. I know some of those high profile matches. I didn't get them all, and now I've just lost a play I gave out on the air yesterday on another channel as Schneider crushed Bolter here in the third set. I took Bolter as a dog on home show there, but Schneider's been playing pretty well. So anyway, head on over to Winnable. Check out my Winnables, like we like to say around there. And let me see here if I can bring it up here. There it is. There's a tennis play today. My tennis action there. Whoops, where'd it go? Oh, there we go. That's a little better. There we go. About it. So Angle there, FAA. This is what it looks like if you subscribe to the plays and get them in there. This is a desktop anyway, but it comes across via browser. So got FAA there as a favorite. Humbert. There's that match. That one's looking a little bit rugged here. And also, there's that Lahal match, but there's Ruse a winner, there's Mertens a winner, so pretty good day over there with those plays. Okay, so please check it out over at winnable.com. Sign up for the free picks, or the paid picks are just 50 cents a day when you subscribe for $20 a month. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. This is how you support me here on the channel. If everyone, if the 4 dozen subscribers that I have over there all cancel tomorrow, I'd probably cancel this show, so you better subscribe. Don't forget we have college baseball picks this weekend too, so a lot of great action here. All right, say hello to more folks in the chat, and then we'll start. We're not going to be here long. That's why I'm just talking about anything today, because it's a short show for sure. All right, Nasty Nate had a big day. Just $1,600. Thank you. Gosh, Nate. Oh, my gosh. Great. Nate Cerna's here today. And Blue's saying it's maybe he's hanging out with Sharpie here. He's got the chicks are big. Sharpie's saying, okay. Justin, good morning. Hello. Roof. Okay, maybe we are on the same page. Those rooftop Koreans were ready to go. Also, don't want to ignore having a fun time here, but obviously a pretty big tragedy, just an awful tragedy last night. Really gruesome plane crash in India. There looks like there's going to be, no survivors there, and not only that, it crashed into some medical hostel housing or something like that, where medical personnel stayed or rested and working long shifts, something like that. There was 3 or 4 buildings that were caught on fire. You got a plane that had all of its fuel in the plane. I don't know what we'll see what the investigation says. The thing never got off the ground, really. Only went up a few hundred feet and never got going, then crashed. So I don't know what happened there, but it was on its way to the UK. So let's see here. Sancho's been hot. Andrew's watching it. I love that tennis. Thomas just says, take all the games under in the noon baseball games today. And that's it. We got, half of the schedule is day games today. So Nate talking about the Stanley Cup, right? And small board, says Andrew. And this says NHL game. Both teams score a couple of goals. I think that's what he meant there. And what's this? Is Andrew going to, is this lighting it up? Is that fired up there with the blazing it up? All right. And let's see here. And the question, we'll talk about the game in just a moment. I mean, the question obviously for the Oilers here. Okay, Matt, that's what it was. Thank you, Gorky. Yeah, just so you hope, look, the buildings are on fire. Maybe though the impact, the flame, maybe it didn't really, haven't really seen yet. I would imagine some were on the ground too that may have not survived. I think that's story lies right now is just how much, it's been some really bad pictures there. And good morning, Tyrone Christopher. All right. I think we'll just get ready to start the show. Maybe we could do a little recap here. Like I said, I want to maximize my time with you today since there won't be that long. And we talked about, obviously, the basketball game last night, but there were other games, including league baseball. And we did have some winners here on the show, including the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday over Florida. We had the Pirates here on the show in that win over Miami. Andrew McCutcheon moved into third place all time on the Pirates home run list with a 3-run home run for the Bucks in the win over Miami. I didn't see who was on the top of the list. I imagine he pass? I think he passed Clemente. Who's ahead of him? Parker and Stargell? Mazur? No, it can't. I think that's it. I didn't look, actually. Anybody help me? Justin? I know Justin's a fan, but maybe he caught that last night. Who is on top of that Pirates list? Would make sense. Hey, we had the over in the Cubs and Philly game, even in my RBI. I'm only... Who's 3 for 3 RBI contest so far? Anybody in our chat? I'm 1 for 3, so I'm not feeling great all of a sudden about it. But Cubs and Phillies, I had the game total over there. Schwarber, Baum, home runs. Should have had those guys with the Phillies grabbing the win in that one. Also, I had a premium winner with my sports money premiums with Toronto, with Nuke, if you will. I took Toronto as well. Road against St. Louis as my premium pick yesterday with my sports money premiums there as the Cards lost. Ernie Clement, home run, huh? In that one. Arizona and Seattle. Hey, I had Arizona as my premium picker. Here with my sports money premiums with the Diamondbacks getting the win over the Mariners. Suarez grand slam. He was on the top of my list for the RBI contest yesterday, and I just ended up paying on it. But also we did have the under in that game. It did go under. Also, premium pick winner here with my sports money premiums. LA Angels over Athletics yesterday, 8-1 win, 6-5. Adele, another home run. Adu Adele and Soler, good defense, good offense. 2-run single in the win. Angels are off, I think, today, though. They'll go to Baltimore next. Also, we did have the over in that game here on the show yesterday. So the show picks were okay there. Little bit of a disappointment that the Padres lost that series to the Dodgers. I didn't have any winners, so I'm not going to really talk about it. But Not good to lose that series to those Dodgers. Hey, I had another premium pick winner. We crushed the premiums here yesterday on this. I think we hit them all. I think we went 4-0. We had under with Washington and the Mets. Soto did have the 2-run home run. Nimmo 2-run home run as well. 5-0 was the final. We did have the Mets on the run line yesterday, didn't we? All right. Also, hopefully you caught me over there on the Cover the Spread show. I did give out the under in the game between Texas and Minnesota. Twins. Of course, we're going under in all the Texas games still, right? We're not changing. But Buxton had a 3-run home run in that one. Also, we had here the Giants on the show yesterday with Robbie Ray. It wasn't Robbie Ray, but it was Giants getting the Colorado bullpen and winning it 10-7 there yesterday. Adames 2-run home run as San Francisco came back there and won the game over Colorado. All right. Also, WNBA last night. Man, I had a big night in the W. We swept. Hopefully, you're catching my show there with those picks on the 2-3 zone show over on Tony's Picks channel. I went 3-0 with my totals over. I had said, most of the season I'd been playing some unders, and there had been some more overs of late, right? It was a lot of unders early. We were hitting. The shift kind of went to the overs a little bit. I was a little bit behind the curve, and we wanted them. And then all of a sudden yesterday, I said, you know what? I'm on 3 overs here, and I've been under most of the season.
Final.
Well, all 3 games did go over yesterday. Minnesota Seattle game over. These were all plays I had on that show. We also had LA and Las Vegas here on the Morning Steam show to go over yesterday, and also Dallas and Phoenix. Also, I did have a premium winner over there at Tony's Picks with the Phoenix Mercy in the win over Dallas, and another premium winner here yesterday to keep it going right on. I guess I was 5-0, right? We had the LA Sparks there as a premium pick with my sports money games. So, real good day yesterday. I got to admit, we had a loser, right? Minnesota Wild against Seattle. Yeah, we had the Wild, or whatever they're called. The Minnesota Lynx, you know what I mean. They're out there in the wild. I'm out there in the wild. Minnesota was a favorite. Seattle looked really good, and that throws a little bit of a quandary into the standings. There is now Minnesota has a loss in the Commissioner's Cup, and so does Seattle. Las Vegas. Obviously, they're toast after losing to the Sparks. What's the problem with Vegas right now? Hey, we have the Sparks, so I'm not going to complain. All right, I'm going to fire up the old sports me. I'm going to fire me up over here on my computer so I can look at the community leaderboard and see who has made the most comments, the best comments so far. And it's Bird also there so far with on the community leaderboard. Blue is up there. Gorky, Andrew K, Robert McCormick, Sancho, Nuke, Nate Cerna, Andrew G, and 68. A.K.A. Mr. Trifecta. All right. I guess we got to start the show. And let's see here. All right. I don't know. Am I a glitchy? I am. I do show only 2 bars, so I might be dragging a little bit here on the video. And let's see here. Dougie says it was the Nationals is played. Let me see here. Plus $1.80. Is that for today? Yeah, that's probably for today, for sure. And they did. Terrell, thank you. I showed Terrell's graphic instead of going all the overs we had. All right. Duke's ready to come back here on the Oilers today in this one. God, they're going to need a great effort, won't they, though? What's the story with the goaltending? Do we even know who's going to be in the goal tonight? Hey, Nate says the Braves yesterday. Blue says favorite should be dogs. Good morning to Real Madrid Doge. Hello. Nice to have you. Nice to see you today. All right, Rangers under. Yeah, it's been. What happened, Nuke? What happened to MC? Oh my God, he fought a fan. Where did he fight? Is that what we're talking about here? What did he do? Fight a fan at the basketball game last night, or what? It wouldn't. I mean, I figured he'd be done being a bozo here by now, but I guess not. Once a bozo, always a bozo. All right. I didn't see that. Was it a game last night, or what's going on with Cousins? Okay, let's see here. Spoons, nice to see Spoons in the chat there as well. I'm gonna hit Spoons and Wine Time, hopefully after the All-Star break sometime, and go over there, hang out in their show on Sundays. Now let's see here. Doge on the oil line here. We could make a kind of a looking at there's support for the Oilers here today. So we could. I think what we need is just the. Okay. Is that where? Oh no, this is Gorky's pick there. I thought he was saying that's where DeMarcus was playing. All right. And let's see. Dougie said, "Oh, I do that move all the time, Dougie." Or at least half of it. Okay, Puerto Rico. All right. Oh, a few days ago. Okay, and now he's getting suspended. Okay, I gotcha. All right. Now let's start the show because you guys are talking about it. And look, make your picks and what, right? How can we break it down? What we need to break it down is we need to say that the Oilers, right, need to come up with a better solution, a better plan, a better game plan, right? Because look, the games are getting out of. Look, I think the Oilers were good enough to play real close at home, right? Get the win in one of the games. Yeah, maybe they needed the other one there. It didn't quite work out. Maybe the Panthers were, and then the Panthers go back and win game 3 in such convincing fashion that now the Oilers are like, maybe Skinner's not our guy after all. Remember, as well as he's played, right? It does feel like, the way I characterized it, and look, we've got bigger hockey experts than me, okay? You guys are some of them as well. But when it came to the Oilers' goaltending situation all season, right, they kind of went back from, they went back and forth long term, right? Both guys have had their moments. So look, and look, you don't have to play the same goalie every game, but it just does feel like right now they're a little bit of a quandary here who to play today. So I don't know if we really know that they're sold on Skinner in this game, right? Doesn't that still stand? Is there maybe thinking possibly not going with Skinner in this game? But nonetheless, it's because, they're having trouble stopping the Panthers. So more likely if the Oilers are going to win, right? I think I said this before in one of the games last series. The Oilers ain't going to win a game on the road 3-0. If they're going to win, it's going to be 4-3, 5-4. And they went out and won a game on the road 3-0. Just watch out. But now with a little bit of contemplation here, and the fact that the Panthers seem unstoppable offensively, let's see what you guys have. A breakdown you're looking for me or just a pick. I can't go back on these Oilers. I know I'm supposed to. I know the Sharps are doing it too. But it's not really affecting the price. I mean, $1.50, it almost seems a little bit too high for me. I'm taking the Panthers as my play. Remember what I said? I'm on the Oilers on a futures play. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it now. I don't want. I'm not hedging it as a play show. I'm trying to figure out how to hedge it a little bit. I'm not feeling it anymore, Edmonton. I know I rode this, and it might be too late to get out of any kind of. Uh, I guess I get enough to get maybe I can double my stake. In breaking Indian media says that one person has survived the plane crash. I'm just seeing it here from Reuters. Okay, so let's go through some comments though, but I'm more interested in DeMarcus Cousins grabbing his junk. All right. I'm gonna go look at it and find it, Sancho, for sure. And who else would, come on, DeMarcus Cousins gotta be the one, right? Yeah, you'd think he'd love the beer. Who gets mad when they get a little beer thrown on them, especially at a shower, in the locker room just down the hall? Okay, Oilers team total for Justin over. Oilers team total over. All right, and that it was 2-0. They went into Florida and won 2-0. Okay, yeah, okay, I got you there, Nuke. Right, and then like I said, the Oilers were able to go in and get a road win, a shutout. Remember. Not feeling it. I'm just not feeling my Oilers future. Justin may be okay with it. Maybe he's feeling like I am. Blue, first period over. I think Fernando's saying that's crazy that someone survived a crash. If you saw those videos last night on the live coverage of the, I don't want to, know we're in the morning here. Don't want to creep anybody out, but they were pulling out people that were, and it was on. There was no disclaimer. You can see these people were, burned up. Okay, well, here we go. So, you guys, I'm going to take the Panthers here minus $1. I'm not going to probably go premium on this one. Do like the total in this game, so I don't know if I'll hint at it or what. Maybe get the plays over there. I think this is going to be my high roll A over at Tony's picks tonight on the total. So I'm going with Florida to win this one, and look, I will be consoled by getting closer. If Edmonton wins, then maybe I can get back involved in my future. And I don't know. I might want to be off of it as close as I can get it there. It's not a huge play, but it's an 8-1 shot with the Oilers. All right, Wine Time says it's going to be a great game. Hopefully it is better. Check me out tonight on the I am seeing the technical difficulties over here now. Am I flickering or something like that? Is that what's going on? So check me out over on the Nuke the House channel tonight. I'll be on with Sean Fox. He was really hitting those. It's almost like I can control it. He was hitting those props last night. I was hitting some props last night with him. I was going to, on some of the props there in the NBA game last night. I was playing some small ones, actually. Didn't put big names, other than lost my show play there over on the happy hour with Chet's rebounds, but Case and Wallace, I think I got these. Isaiah Joe rebounds and assists under. Wallace, PRA under. Jay Will under in his assists. McConnell under in his rebounds there. So, all right. I think that's it for the hockey game. And let's see here. Nate says, Florida plays better in Florida. If the Oilers even get another game, it'd have to be at home. All right. Yeah, I did know it's the Cash Game likes it, goals here tonight. All right, that's it for the hockey. And we don't, like I said, we'll just do the baseball now. I guess we'll be out here at the bottom of the hour with this. And this card, you know what? There's a lot of $2 picks today. So, and I am chalky. So if you want to now, got 50 of you here today. I'm just kind of making fun of it because not going to be a very watched show, I guess. But appreciate all you guys so much. Let's go with the Nationals taking on the Mets here with Soroka taking on Senga. And wow, I mean, these numbers on Senga are off the charts, aren't they? 1.59. You know, Senga's 1-11 to the under so far this season. He's got a 206 batting average against. Soroka, you know, I touted his return a little bit, and hey, I'd say he's actually starting to get it together here a little bit for the Nationals. Does have a 3-3 record, 1.1 WHIP, and 238 batting average against reasonable BABIP considering the high ERA. So maybe he can tame the Mets a little bit here. I mean, obviously, to me, you've got to be thinking about Senga here to mop it. I mean, he can look. Washington got shut out yesterday. How are you going to get anything on Senga here today in this game? I mean, I'll be the first to try to say, hey, let's try to find a run line on Washington or whatever. Make a total. I'm taking Senga on the run line. I think you even got to lay a little bit here right now. Oh no, $1.15, $1.10 even. Sharp books even less. So I'm just going to take Senga, and we'll go to the chat and see what you guys do in this game. But I got to tell you, I'm on like 4 of these run line favorites on these $2 prices. Even I am today with these. So, all right, let me see what you guys have in the chat. Because the Nationals, you know, I mean, okay, here we go. I don't know if I have anything. Metropolitan, free band. You know what? Dougie's going to go with the Nats here. Look, I mean, here's, I guess, the only thing I could say about the Nationals. They have taken some sharp action here. In fact, unfortunately, I think if anything, it kind of takes away from any value that they have. They were, you know, they were north of 210, plus 210, and they're not anymore. The steam also came in on the over, though, and I don't know what that says because, you know, I would think Senga's going to look. David Peterson just threw a shutout yesterday. That guy's never done that. All right, Nate, maybe go with the Mets here. And here is Ancho on the Nats money line. There's some support here for the Nats money line, for the Nats. Here is Robert on the under. And Thomas and the under. Justin's going with Soto here. He looked okay yesterday, right? Nathan's ready to go to the Birdsong game already. We got a ways to go yet. Soto, tie him up in an SGP. Mets at home are dangerous, or as Tyrone likes to say, Mets at home are dangerous. And Soroka versus Senga. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay. Teresa says, I don't see the Nats scoring again. I like the over. I don't see the Nats not scoring again. Okay. I don't know. If you maybe Griffin Canning out there or something, but man. Senga? Okay. Thanks, you guys. That's it for that one. Not, you know, like I said, I want to try to make up. It's hard to. The other thing was in this matchup. I guess I could try to. I didn't go through any trends because it all points to the. But that's too easy, right? Let me see. I think there was one Nationals trend here. They've covered the run line 8 of their last 11 on the road. How's that? and they're usually a dog on the road. Oh, maybe there is that, but come on. Mets have won 10 of the last 12, 5 straight at home against them. Washington lost 5 of their last 6. Oh, okay. All right. One more there, Mets run line. For Nuke, the Rangers will take on the Twins here with Corbin going Corbin Day, everybody. But look, Corbin, 3.52 ERA, 1.17 WHIP. These are fine numbers. 3 and 5 so far. Corbin, but 4 and 7 to the under, 239 batting average against, and 251 BABIP. Going to get a solid starts from Corbin. It's just that the offense isn't there, so just makes him look bad again and again, over and over. Unfortunately, going up against Ober here, 3.78 ERAs. Numbers aren't quite up to Corbin's, but the way the Rangers offense are going here again right now, I mean, look, the Twins, this is a high price, and it's almost worth saying it's too high of a price. I just have a feeling it's going to be a one-run game here, and, well, the Texas run line is almost a worse price. It's 1.5 at minus 150 here. So, I either got 163 with Minnesota. I don't think I can take Minnesota on the run line. I don't want them at plus money. And you know what? I don't know if the Rangers can win this game. I really think we're looking at a game here. It's like going to be 4-3. 4-3. Exact score line is what I feel like today. So I just, maybe the best price is on the Mets on the run line here at minus $1 final. I don't. Maybe the money line is the better play. I just want to cash. I think Minnesota's going to win the game with Ober. It seems like Texas right now just keeps finding ways not to eventually win in the game. Same thing yesterday. I took Texas money line and didn't get it done. But I think they're going to be in there. And I think they'll. So I'm just going to take Rangers because Rangers plus 1.5 minus 150. The trend says Nate that the trend is the Mets kill the Nationals. Here's Cash Kane though, says go ahead and lay it. Do it, Ramon. Just do it. I don't know. I got it 4-3. I'm putting that in back score line today. Blue Twins team total over here. Look, they're a pretty big favorite for sure. Right. So I think that's definitely something kind of consider. All right, let's look. Maybe there's some trends that can help us here, but I'm pretty sure I'm sticking with what I'm doing here in this one. I think maybe the trend look at here, if anything, that the Twins, they, what are they? Let me look at this here. 18 and 11 at home, and all right. Anyway, some trends anyway for this one. For Minnesota here, they've gone 17 and 6, like I said, in their last 23 games at home, and Minnesota in last 13 against Texas. 5 of the last 6 games for the Twins have gone over. Texas has lost 14 of their last 21 games. Hard to get on them, right? 4 and 14 on the road. So, all right, I think I'm fine with that. Seager over in his total bases. All right, Nate under first 5. Tyrone under. And Blue says if you go single game parlay money line with the under, even money. Right, and I agree with you. And that's the thing. I feel like Minnesota is win the game, and I don't want to lay $1.60. I make a play on every game, so I got to pick one of the two, maybe, or I don't know. Maybe I could start doing more. I have some first 5s today. Maybe I should incorporate them into the show a little bit here today and just see how it goes if people like that. Minnesota in the under for T-Bird. Tariq says I like the under 8.5. And Thomas like, I remember Ramon talking about roller derby one other time, talking about me. Robert, Twins first 5. Andrew is loving he's got his eyes on Hart. Is there a Harmon feed? Got one feed over here with a scoreboard. I've got one over here with 4 feeds on it. I've got so much golf going on these screens here. All right, that's it for that one. Next up, let's go to that Birdsong game, right? With the Giants here on the road currently at what are they minus? Just 215. I told you. I mean, we got a short card, and half of it is $2 favorites or more. It feels like here today. Andriescu just beat Lulu Sun in straight sets. The Rockies, though, here they've been steamed in this one, so I think it kind of gives some value maybe to San Francisco. They went right by them yesterday, still won the game 10-7. Whatever you want to say, the little blips of life that Colorado have had here and there just seems to disappear here, especially against a team that, maybe the Rockies have some success against other types of teams, but the Giants kind of dominate them, don't they? Okay, for Birdsong here so far, he's kind of an opener for the most part, but 2.55 ERA, 234 batting average against, and 1.27 with 15 appearances, 4 starts, 3-1 record. Antonio Senzatella is 1-10 this season for the Rockies. These two pitchers are combined 5-11 to the under. I actually like the first 5 under in this game, believe it or not. Maybe that will be my play. I don't know. Let me see here. So since we're you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get tricky here. I'm going to go first 5 with Birdsong and Senzatella here. I say Birdsong's an opener. His outs prop, I believe, is like 14.5 or 13. So that's not really a true opener. I'd probably go under, not because I hit him as an opener, but again, he's kind of a tweener, if you will. And I'm going to go first 5 under because we got a goofy schedule today. I'm going to see how you guys like it. If you like some derivatives for plays, and the total has dropped a little bit. The sharp books are 11 under 20 for the full game total here. Like I said, the steam came in on Colorado. That makes Francisco, to me, a little bit of a bargain. It says 215 there, but DraftKings is still 221. The sharp books are sub 200, though. Seeing a couple of 197s out there right now for this matchup. So, again, Senzatella 1-10. They're 2-10 with him on the mound. They did win a game with Senzatella starting, but anyway, like I said, San Francisco dominates these guys. They've won 5 straight meetings against them, and in fact, San Francisco has won 14 of the last 20 games between the two teams in Coors. Colorado's lost 7 straight home. San Francisco's won 7 straight overall. 9 of the last 11 games for the Giants have gone under. They've also gone under in 14 of their last 18 games overall. So let's see in the chat what you think here in this one. And we've got, I think Blue's okay with me going with these derivatives, I think. AOD, thank you for being here today. Cash Canes on the run line. And look, I don't do many run line premiums, but maybe I'm going with this first 5 under as my play, and then maybe I will have to go to some big run lines today for premiums because this schedule is just Justin Giants team total over. And Nate, I think, is it 6-2 in this game? That's an under, right? Rockies first 5 and over 11. And Dougie says Houston. Oh, okay, but that's okay. We'll get to that one. Nate says, I don't mind this money line. I just want to win today. So discount. It's a discount for San Francisco. Robert says first 5 for the Giants. Dougie says I don't take minus 200s. I do take minus 200s. I also take plus 200s. Hey, if you're gonna lay $3 on a play, you better be willing to take $3 on a play, right? Giants double chance there. I think that's it for this game. I'm gonna take first 5 under. I think I did one a few weeks ago, but look, we might mix it up. We might, only when we need to here a little bit. Like I said, I need premiums, and I got some premiums. And are they really any better than the free picks here on the show? I think they are. I mean, I map it out that way. All right, here we go. Hey, good game here. Okay, good game here. $1.80, closer with the Tigers and Scooble, and the Orioles have done a nice job, right? And I give credit to all the analysts yesterday and the day before talking Orioles. Now I know the Orioles won yesterday, didn't win the day before, but a lot of Orioles talk that this team is primed to start playing better right now. I'm hearing multiple talking heads like me on the air saying, man, Baltimore right now, they're really going to start get it going. I mean, I don't know where it's going to come from. Is a magic bird? Is the mascot going to go? How can the Orioles turn this situation around? Okay, maybe the pitching is steadying a little bit. These young bats, they got some nice player, but they don't have enough. So I don't know. I mean, just it's been the train of the Tigers too, right? Nobody believes in this Tigers. I want to say nobody. There's a lot of people out there saying this Tiger, it's a fluke. Like I said, over the last calendar year, this is one of the top teams in baseball. Obviously, they had a great little run there last year, and they're doing it again right now. Reached their high point in the last 12 years. Now you do have Scooble in here, so you got to lay this big price, and maybe I can do another first 5 in this game, but let's see how you're playing it. Now you got Scooble here. Terrific, right? 2.16 ERA, 0.81 whip. This isn't like some fluky where Scooble's going to hey, I had a bad game. Feels like every game is going to be solid. 6-2 record overall, 202 batting average against, 286 BABIP. Scooble's not perfect unless it comes to the walks, right? Never walks these guys. Kramer here, 4.98 ERA, 1.4 whip, 315 BABIP. Terrible, right? This almost feels like you never want to fade Scooble. I almost want to give those guys a little bit of respect, those Baltimore guys here. Like maybe today could be the day. I don't know. I don't want to embarrass myself on this fine show and say, let's go with Kramer. Sometimes they're gonna win. They're gonna win it. All right, here we go. Blue says we got 49 viewers here. Thank you, everybody, today for joining me here on the show. Tigers first 5 money line for cash gain. I'm taking the first 5 under again. I'm going to do it again because I'm having so much fun on the show today, and going to play some premiums out there. Okay. You know what? That's the way I feel right there, Dougie. If anybody else but Scooble, and I still may end up playing I got to be honest with you. I may play the Orioles with my own money, basically, and not give it out, possibly. That's what we might end up there, especially if the Orioles keep going up. I see right now Bovada, they're going up again. So I don't know if they get too high. If they go over $2, I'm going to be on Baltimore. Now I might take a plus 2.5, but all right. Justin's got the O's today, plus 1.5 at even money. Blue says it's going to be 3-1. Remember Kramer? Yeah, I mean, look, maybe he's been underachieving. I think that's what's going on. Oh, man, Blue, sorry about the feed here, you guys. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Timothy Hawk is here today. Nice to have you, Tim. He likes the Tigers here, minus 1.5. Yeah, Scooble's been awesome. That's just the thing. So what you're saying, Nate's saying is the spot says Baltimore, but you got to fade. You have to fade Scooble to do it. Detroit and under for Thomas. All right. Single game parlay money line fade Kramer, says Blue. All right, I'm going to take the first 5 under today. Yeah, I see it keep flashing in and out, right, you guys? I am very sorry about that. Hopefully, we just get this show over with today. We got 4 more games to go here. Tyrone going under, and Andrew says take the Tigers. Nuke says Kramer's good. It's just a bad team. Well, I agree, Nuke, but everyone's telling me that the Baltimore Orioles are the team that's going to break out. Granted, they've whittled their way to 12 games under 500 here, right? But I don't know what the infatuation is with all the talking with all the YouTube shows about Baltimore. Now they have won 8 of their last 11, but Detroit has won 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two. Now, the last 11 games for the Orioles have gone under, and I would think this one might as well. All right, here we go with I think we're ready for our next one. I like this by Cam. He'll do swell. I like that. I know Blue is driving everybody crazy, but you got to go with just follow Nancy's trades. I think she's on Scooble. All right, Cardinals and Brewers here. This is a big story, right? And really, this is actually, I would say, on the Major League Baseball card, the big story of the day with Mizorowski here going for the Brewers, a highly touted prospect. I mean, there are some prospects that come along every week or two, right? Maybe a new pitcher comes in, but this guy is a guy that's been waiting for here for a while. They've kind of groomed him here for this start too. They've known they're going to get him here in mid-June, and they've kind of actually kept kid gloves on him. It's kind of actually affected his number a little bit too, because his numbers have been off the charts so far this season. And it almost looks like the player ratings, the pipeline ratings are a little behind on this guy, because all of the one-off experts have Mizorowski right now as like the top guy or one of the top pitching prospects overall in the major leagues. And we'll get his debut here today. Hey, going up against Sonny Gray, that's a neat to go up against. This is going to be a pitcher's duel for sure, guys. And I would think we're going to look at a very low-scoring game here. This guy has a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but he also has the other pitches. Well, he's 6'7" here. He's wild. He's calmed it down. He actually is, has improved his control dramatically. It doesn't mean he's got any, it's still going to be walks. There are going to be walks. There's going to be strikeouts. And he said, there was a time where I didn't know where my pitches were going, but at least now I do know where they're going. It's just I can't always get them to go. I need them to go. I think if I'm paraphrasing there what he kind of said. So this is like I said, this is a touted prospect, kind of a I don't know, can't miss type of player. It was like that's tough to say with pitchers, but anyways, for Sonny Gray here, though, should be noted, Cards is a favorite, and they are 7-1. Gray's 7-1. The Cardinals are 11-2 with Gray on the mound. He's got a 3.35 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, but a 3.13 BABIP. Milwaukee, probably just not hitting enough, right? So I got to go with the under here in this one. And it's aided to the under, by the way. In fact, it's a 7.5 even right now at Bovada. So I'm not saying anything that I think a lot of experts aren't already saying. But Sonny Gray is up to at least $1.35 or $1.40, maybe a little bit of fade. And look, these Sonny Gray numbers, they're pretty serious, and the Cardinals are serious. So Again, this is a great matchup here. And we'll see what the kid Mizorowski is in store today. Okay? Now let's get your comments. But sorry about that, guys. All right, Brewers here for Andrew K. And Blue says, why am I not number one? Blue, I got to be honest with you. I think they use AI to determine the because here, I don't want to say that I'm a great guy in the chat, but I've been on a few chats in these channels since I started this. And if you've seen me in the chat, hey, I type in some very poignant information. And I think the algorithm actually weighs the type of the algorithm or the AI. So it knows if you're just typing in, I don't want to say it's a lot of, nonsense. I think that actually takes it into consideration. And now I just said that, and all of a sudden, Blue's in first place. Okay, all right. So Will Contreras here over first in his bases. For Justin says he's going with the Brewers in this one, and Brewers for Tariq. Blue is on the card. See, as soon as Blue picked the game, it put him number one. First 5 under for Nathan. Here's Cash Kane, Cardinals first 5. Blue says, I don't mind. I just want to be 500. And Cards first 5 for Robert McCormick. And good luck to Phil Eagle Flyer. But he does have a play here. Good luck to Phil Eagle Flyer on that. And he also says Twins game tied after 2. Thomas says a Nerfy here. And I think that's it. I'm going to take the under one. All right, next up. Well, it's the Yankees taking on the Royals here with Warren and Lugo. And to be honest, I'm tired of losing money on the Orioles this week. I'm done with it. Look, I know we sit here and read the trends, whether or not they're cool trends or bad trends every day. And the trends did say, pretty sure, right, that, Kansas City doesn't do very good against the Yankees. And I saw them in the first 2 days, I think, in this series. I'm not going to anymore. Yankees are 7 straight wins over the Royals. Royals have lost 4 of their last 5. Royals have gone over in 7 of their last 8, and the Yankees have gone over in 5 straight. Royals have lost 10 of 13 at home. Yankees have won 14 of their last 20. I'm going to take the Yankees. I know it's $1.50 now, up to $1.50. I only got 8 games. I'm not going to take them on the run line either. I'm just going to take them here at $1.50 today. That's what I'm going to do. And take Warren. I think that's, for me, that's kind of it. You got Warren here starting. And look, 5.34 ERA, not great, right? But 240 batting average against, but a 326 BABIP. Meanwhile, Lugo, 3.46 ERA, 1.16 ERA, and a 254 BABIP. So maybe the Royals will stay in there today. They really made a mockery of this series, it feels like right now, and I don't want them. Even if the algorithm is saying to take them here, they just lost these first 2 games by 16-5. So just going to take the Yankees here at $1.50 today. Not much to do. This is the closest rated game. Oh, no, the Cardinals game is the closest rated, but this is, like I said, all the other ones are big lines here. So, all right, let's see what you got in the chat. Blues on the Yankees. Here's Justin says, give me Bobby Witt over in his total bases. Cash Kane's on the Royal. Yankees over here for Justin. Justin's got his RBI prop today. Is that, or his RBI bet here? I don't know if that's his prop. I better pick a good one here, though. I think I rushed it yesterday. I really should have gone later game, and I said, you know what? Team total over, though, says Blue, maybe? I don't know. Nate's been winning the money on the series. Take my money, Nate. All right. And Robert likes Yankees -1. Andrew's giving us the And Brian Harmon update. He's fallen here. Robert says they can get to Lugo. Thomas is going to take the Bronx Zoo. Nate's going over here. Trevor went money line cards in that other game. Cash Game says the Royals will hit him finally. Nuke says he'll take him online. He'll trust him to get that extra run. Justin says that is his contest prop. All right, Cash Game, first 5, full game. And maybe Blues on the run line. Who knows? But I will take Yankee money line. Okay, next up, got a couple more here. Pirates and Cubs. Starting a new series here with Haney going on the mound. 3.23 ERA, 1.1 the whip, 221 batting average against. We got another big line here in this one. Jamison Tyone, 3.54 ERA, 0.96 whip, 208 BABIP. Tyone, good note here. 6-3, his record this season. Cubs are just 7-6 with Tyone on the mound. He often faces good pitchers, because this Cubs offense is dynamite, right? They don't, they usually give these guys run support. Just hasn't been that way for Tyone. So maybe against Haney here, it can work out a little better. In this one, let's see. I mean, it feels like as Pittsburgh. Let me see here. Has Pittsburgh calmed itself here? That little streak they had, they of course came off of a win there over Miami, 5-2. They won that series. The Cubs, meanwhile, lost their series to Philadelphia. I think they're going to be Pittsburgh's going to be catching the Cubs at a bad time right now in this one. For the Cubs here, they are 8-1 in their last 9 games at home. Cubs actually have lost 7 of the last 9 games at home to Pittsburgh here, but 10 of the last 13 games between these two have gone over here in Chicago. Cubs have won 16 of their last 24 overall, but like I said, Pittsburgh a little bit hot here, although they're just 4-13 on the road in their last 17. Doesn't mean they haven't been competitive in those road games. They've been losing a lot of one-run games on the road of late, but I don't know. I'm probably going to run lining here. Like I said, I told you, I have some run lines today on a couple favorites, and this is one of them. And I'm going to take the Cubs minus 1.5 at even money. All right. And Bobby Mack has Bellinger for his prop in the contest today. Make sure you enter in the right video, you guys. Day 4 we're on. Day 4. Make sure you put your RBI prop in day 4 thread. Blue Cubs team total over. Cash Cane loves the under here. I read off a bunch of over trends a minute ago, but I think this one might be an under. Cubs run line, Tariq and I. Smash that like. There's sports money. Type in a promo here, Mike, and I can flash on the screen for the contest today if you can. I didn't know if we had I didn't see the leaders from yesterday either, but okay, here's Tariq, we already said. Cubbies money line, the game's going to be close here. And Nate says, Cubs first 5 money line feels like the right play. Robert is on the Pirates first 5 on the run line. I'm going to take the Cubs here today. I have a square card, everybody. I mean, I'm pretty square as it is, but all right. One more, man. The show's about over. Oh, no. We had a short show today with this card. White Sox and Astros. Here, another big favorite. And look, I'm on another run line. This is what I'm doing today. I've got run line favorites. What am I going to do? Astros minus 255 here. Actually, they're down to 220. This is value. Astros here. The White Sox did take widely reported steam. So this is actually a bit, I don't mind this. This is a discount. Houston minus 1.5 at minus 110. The money line's down to 220 here, and the total 7.5 under. So yeah, I gotta fix that a little bit. Like I said, a sale is a sale as far as I'm concerned. So I'm on the Astros run line. A little bit of just at least with the game. Valdez, ERA of 3.07, 105 whip, 209, batting average against. Martin here, hey, another one of these pitchers doing a good job for the White Sox. It's just when you're averaging 3.5 a game and you can't put it all together at the same time, this is what happens. But 3.62 ERA. White Sox are just 3-9 with Martin on the mound. 1.2 whip in this one. And Houston here has won 11 of their last 16, 10 of their last 14 at home. White Sox 2-10, last 12 on the road. Remember, White Sox have won 4 of the last 6, but I would guess here, my guess is that against Framber in this one might be a little bit tougher for the White Sox here. And I'm going to take Houston here in this one. You do have against left-handed pitching, White Sox are 4-8 against American League left-handers. Well, it's about their average, right? 30%. All right, I guess the show's over. Let's show your picks in this one, and that's it. Really appreciate everybody for there. And Jake Parma. So Blue says square days exist. Yeah, they do. I'm going square today, so if we lose, it'll be especially painful. All right, Trevor says, what about that Bergs match I'm watching over here? And right now, Bergs might win it. And no matter what, I can't win the game spread now. That's for sure. So I hope you win it. All right. What did I see here? I think we got one note here. I think there is a let's see here. Francisco Alvarez will be in the starting lineup today for the Mets following the birth of his child. He was questionable with the paternity list. I think he actually maybe had missed a game or so. I'm not sure, but right now he will be in there today. All right. Cubs here, first 5. Under 4.5. Nate says, go Panthers. Cash Kane on the Astros here. Blue says, are the Cubs going to let us down? Justin says, Astros first 5 in pocket. And Nathan says, if they come out in those creamsicle jersey, or I call it the J.R. Richard look. Could be the Nolan Ryan look. Could be the Art Howe look. Could be the Enos Cabell look. Could be the let's go some other Astros. Billy Doran. Could be the Billy Doran look. Astros minus 2.5. Thank you to Nuke. Congrats to Blue for spamming the chat. Tariq, Astros run line. Robert, Astros run line. A lot of Astros here. Thank you, Cash Kane. Appreciate it. Tremaine, Tigers team total over. I've got one game left to go. You guys just stick around. Got 5 dozen of you in here now, and we're going to have a CFL pick here in just a moment. Hey, everyone, don't forget, you can get my best picks over at my winnables, winnable.com/Ramon. Get my plays for today. get my baseball. Going to send out an early package here with a couple plays here in just a moment. And then we'll have a plays later on this afternoon here as well. So check me out there at winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. This is how you support me here on the Sports Money Network. Come in and do this show every day. Really appreciate everyone who gets that extra content from me. All right, just getting a little bit of an update here from the High Speed Sports Wire. Caitlin Clark is actually going to be questionable in the next game against the New York Liberty. We've been waiting to see if Clark can come back, and it felt like we're getting the all clear, but we're going to dial it back a little bit. Not saying that she is out, but I think the percentages of her playing are slightly lower than what they were expecting. Remember, they were expecting her to come back in the last game. They looked terrible. Then they said, you know what, one more game. Well, she might not make it back for this Saturday's game against the New York Liberty. So that just in here off of the High Speed Sports Wire. All right. And hey, that's some of the stuff also. You know, subscribe to those winnable plays. I'm coming in here and, you know, giving you this news here every day, right? The breaking news. Andrew says that she will play and don't believe it. Well, I got you, Andrew, but the same thing happened just the last game. Also, though, the Liberty Jonquel Jones also questionable in that game here this weekend with that ankle injury. All right. Go-Go. There's Go-Go. Great to have Go-Go is winning the contest. Great job, Go-Go. You're doing a great job on that. Andrew's ready there, and Gorky's got his plays. Blue says you got to trust Nancy Pelosi for those trades. What's that app called where you can follow the trades of the... I don't use it. I make my own trades here. And the market's looking perking up here over the last few minutes, too. We're going to get back to even. All right, I guess that's it, you guys, here on the show. We got the CFL game here, if I can find it. I'll make a pick on it right now. Tonight with BC taking on Winnipeg. And Winnipeg has some issues here at quarterback. So Kalaros will not be in this game. So that's a little bit of a downer here. Look, it's still Winnipeg, still going to have defense and all that. But it does feel like this offense is going to be challenged here tonight with Strebler at quarterback. I mean, we've seen Strebler before there, but it's been a while, actually. He didn't play the whole second half of last season. You got Rourke in there for BC. But look, these defenses are so solid, it feels like, you know. And I don't know. The move has been on BC here, moving from 2.5 to 3.5. So I kind of like BC here in this one, and I'll take him as my free play. But my premium is going to be on the total, I'll tell you that. So give me a BC here. I'll lay 3.5 against the Bombers in this one. I've got I've got good games here. I've got Justin McInnes here. He had a touchdown last game. I think he could score a touchdown, or maybe he can get 2 touchdowns in this game. And look, you got good running games here, but man, these are, I don't know. It feels like 2 very, very good defenses in this early season game. So, I kind of can look maybe to the running games with James Butler of the Lions, with Brady Oliveira from the Bombers. Who else is going to be good? Dalton Shane, certainly. Is he back in this game? Are we finally going to get a Dalton Shane sighting?
Critical notice.
It's going to be good to have, Dalton Shane back playing again in the CFL after that, after not playing for so long. So, all right, any comments here? I'll let you guys go. And let's see here. Gorky likes all the road teams. So he's got BC, he's got Montreal, he's got Calgary, he's got Saskatchewan, I guess, here this week. There they are. And I think he's got DC there on the money line as well. Thank you, Gorky. Great. Yeah, you got to look to don't forget, you've got the big game on Saturday. DC, a 3-point dog. All right, that's it, everybody. Thank you for a great time today, and hopefully we didn't take too long today. All right, that's going to do it for the morning scene. Be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow, 6 a.m. Pacific. Join me today. I'll be on the Nuke the House channel for the NCAA, for the Stanley Cup finals tonight with Sean Fox, and we'll also be talking those 4 baseball games, and we'll be talking some CFL. You know, Sean loves the peripheral games as well. So I will be there on that channel today and for the next 2 weeks after that on Wednesdays and Thursdays. But please feel free, of course, to watch Sports Money coverage. You know what I mean when they're up. There was a great job last night. Mikey, Gorky, great job on the show last night. Keith, great job on the show last night as well. And did I forget anybody? All right. That's going to do it for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
It's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.